Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halabi and I'm a professional Muslimah life coach, and I'd like to ask you a question this evening. Are you a creature of habit? If so, what habit are you a creature of? What habits do you have? What regular routines, what regular patterns in your life are you following? Do you have? Can you do a habit? But what is it that is habitual in your life, in your patterns, in your frameworks, in your routines? And are they serving you? Being a creature of habit, what if the habit wasn't serving you? What if you had just got stuck in the run of either being late, and you might get into the habit of I'm just not a punctual person, or not trying very hard in life, but not thinking that you're not trying very hard, but thinking that you're quite safe, you're quite comfortable in the lane that you are, which again, nothing wrong with that. But do you do it intentionally, or is it because you think you can't do anything else, or you can't go into a different lane? Is your lane the lane that you're comfortable in, or the lane that you choose to be in? Now, when you think about your life, and when you think about, I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking about how when my children were young, with my first one anyway, as you have more and more children, you kind of learn a few things of what to do and what not to do, and what's worth your while and what's possibly not. But I remember with my eldest, with my firstborn, when they were on the move, we baby proofed the house. We got the stair gates, we got the covers for the light switch, for the plug switches. We we had those softened corners on the tables. Anything that my son could have possibly even thought about harming himself on, we had it covered. And as he grew up and he was more independent and he was more able to navigate the space in a way that he either wouldn't go towards those dangerous corners or try to open those cupboard doors anymore because he'd realised he couldn't get in, that we slowly began to put them away. We began to take them away. They weren't needed anymore. But we'd created this space. We'd created frameworks and things in place to make the space that he was in safe. And we do that in life. We kind of have our baby proofing our life, but when we're a little bit further along, sometimes we don't take back or take away those safety catches, the covers on the switches in our lives. We get used to a certain level of comfort. We don't grow out of the space. We kind of mulch into it, and we just keep going, not realizing that's what we're doing. And then when it comes to areas in our lives where it may require us to extend ourselves a little bit, we think, oh no, that's not me. I'm creature of habit. I'm okay in this part of in the slow lane or the middle lane. I'm all right here. I don't go faster. I don't do that. I can't do that. That's just not me. And we begin to make excuses for ourselves. So I'll ask you, as a creature of habit, are the habits that you have, do they serve you? Are you choosing to carry on those habitual routines, that habitual way of you living your life? Or are you just living that life because you think that you can't grow out of it, you can't extend beyond it? Now, for a lot of the women that I speak with, they have become the creatures of the environment that they're in, not so much because they want to be, just because they can't see past it. And when things happen in their lives, they feel stuck, they feel they feel claustrophobic. They feel like there's something a bit amiss, but they're not too sure what it is. And they think that there's something wrong with them because they're not thriving in the environment that they're in, but thinking that there must be something wrong with them. And when we look at what's been going on for them, there is this sense of not, there is this sense of being boxed in, and then they're trying to kind of get out of that boxing in, but not realizing that the box is optional. It's not permanent. It's not concrete. It's not, you know, it's not unbreakable. But they've been thinking for so long that there's something wrong with them, that they're just not aligned with their surroundings. They're just not feeling like they're where they are where they think that they should be, that there is something amiss, and they can't just see what, they can't quite seem to think or see where it is. Now, I know I've spoken a lot of words in the last couple of minutes, and it's because my mind is racing faster than I'm speaking, because I've had a couple of conversations today with some brilliant, amazing, capable women who feel stuck, who feel trapped, who feel that there is something that isn't quite right with them, that they feel that, you know, they should be grateful because they have all of this, they have, you know, on the outside they have a wonderful life, but there is something still within them that is making them feel uneasy, and frustrated and angry with themselves, and upset that they are not showing up in their relationships, in their work, in their lives, in the different parts of their lives, the way that they want to. There is something that's underlying under the surface that is this, it's almost like the Hulk, like they're trying to put a lid on it, but there is something raging in them. This anger is boiling through, and then they just lose it, and then they have the guilt, and then they feel awful about themselves, and then they try to they just try to put a lid on it even more, but they're not attending to what is actually going on. So today's subhanAllah has been a really amazing day of helping them understand what's going on for them, and it's led me to thinking about, again, the baby proofing of you know, we want to keep our kids safe, we want to keep the little ones safe, and so we do what we can to baby proof the environment that they're in, but we don't keep the stair gates when they can start walking independently and, you know, confidently. We don't keep those soft closings on the cupboard doors. We don't keep that going. We take them away. But with our lives, we get so kind of comfortable and almost complacent that instead of giving us the room to grow, we're stunted, because those security installations, if you like, that were meant to keep us safe, that were there for a reason, now aren't needed anymore, but they're still there. And so we can't grow past that. So we're stuck, and we're having to almost grow inward, if you like, or turn back on ourselves, when there's no room to grow, whether it be in our physical space or in our mental space. We start attacking ourselves. And today has been really a day of seeing that happen and play out in the conversations I've had. So I'll ask you, are the habits that you have, the habitual habits, the regular routines, are they of your choosing, or are they just because it's just been that way? Is your life going the way that you want, or is it just passing you by? Is it just going? And would you like that not to be the case? Would you like to play an active role in leading your life, rather than just having it pass you by, just being swept along with it? Would you like to take leadership of your life and create new habitual patterns of living, a new way, a different way of creating the life that you want, to live a life that you love, to overcome all of that pent-up frustration, resentment, guilt that comes from feeling stuck, feeling ungrateful, feeling unworthy in this world that has just habitually playing out for you. If you would like to put an end to that and to really take the lead in your life and see where that creativity takes you, where you grow, how you see the world, how you venture out into it, and who you are doing that. How does that sound?